All right, good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, the 18th. Sorry for getting out there a little bit late. Been a little busy. Everything with the move is coming along. I'm just printing up the last couple orders, and then I had to reprint for one of the guys that I had to get done. So that will finish up today, ship out tomorrow. Then I have a couple plates that I'm running today just for myself in the store. So, real quick, this here, this is the Cummins, I think it was QSB 6.7 liter engine. It came out really nice. This is just test print. Yes, there's a hole in the bottom of it. I had to put a hole in so the interior would drain. It had a couple cavities in it, so I had to make sure it would drain. Wired and plumbed, and looks like about 95% of the wiring and everything survived. So that's good. And there's a nice little top shot. Sorry it's in black. I'm getting a lot better results out of the black than I am the gray now. So we'll be seeing a lot more parts in black. But super impressed with that. Looks really good. This is a test print. It's a little bit small. I have this engine, the Cummins ISL, and the C18 sized and ready to print next round. Last thing I'm printing before I shut down. All scaled out, 1/25th scale, so we should be pretty good to go there. Trying to think what else I had. I had notes, and I left my notes in the other room. So, you saw that if you are a member of the page there on Facebook, the 500 is finished and listed. It's listed in multiple scales: 1/16th, 24th, 25th, 32nd, 48th, and 56th. So all those scales, when we open back up, they'll all be available. If all these test prints on these engines pop out, probably going to hold off and leave them in 1/24th, 1/25th scale for a while. If someone's interested in other scales, I'll go ahead and rescale them and relist them. Couple things as far as the page eBay goes. Just again, just some rants, getting some stuff off my chest. I keep being asked, why don't you have a web page instead of selling on eBay? I don't do eBay, or they're completely against eBay. And I know I've had said this before too, and I know some other things have been brought up. The protections that I get from fraud, anything else like that, are above and beyond anything that I can do on my own in eBay than doing it myself. Yes, there's some fees. That's all a tax write-off. That'll all take my bottom line down, so I don't have to pay a ton of taxes. The amount of pages that I get for free on a website are limited. Most I've seen, you get for their entry level, X amount of dollar web page, or their free web page, you only get 5 pages of product with 50 things being on that page. I added all the automotive back in just the other day, plus everything else that we've added. So I have 577 listings, over 12 pages. So my first 5 pages would be free, no matter where we go, and then you're paying per page after that. So now you're looking at more money than what you would. You also have to have somebody handle your credit cards, because some people don't do PayPal; they only do credit card. So you've got that whole thing there. Have somebody worried about your fee per transaction is anywhere between 3 and 7% on or on your website. So there's a lot there. I get eBay pays me at the end of the month for being a top-rated seller, they would pay me more if I didn't have a 10-day turnaround. If I had a 1 or 2 day turnaround, I think it's like 15% of my sales get given back to me. Right now, I think I'm at 3 to 5%. So still they're paying me, or they knock that. I get that knocked off the bottom line every month. It's a decent amount of money. I'm not going to complain about it one bit. So it's six of one, half a dozen of another. Right now, I am very comfortable on eBay, and to those that don't do eBay, I've had a few people reach out to me on to pay me through PayPal, and I've done it. I'm very, very reluctant to do it because, again, there's no protection there. You know, Something happens tracking wise, I have more protection on eBay. So for right now, that's where I'm going to stay. Again, people like it, people don't. I'm sorry. That's where I'm staying. That's what I'm going to do. If someone can come at me and let me know that I can put 500 different products in a web page for free, let me know. I'll look at it. No problem. Along with the 500 that's out, the VL loader, log loader is out as well. That's from WC3D. Scott over there did a great job on designing that. And then also in conversation there in the Facebook group, Scott is also looking at doing a sheetrock head for that. So that would be pretty cool. That would be, I think that was one of the top 3 or 4 things that people asked for. Once that came out, there were 3 or 4 different people that wanted a sheetrock head. I think we saw some stuff come out from Global. Man, that is awesome. Those internationals were asked for. So there's a lot of good things there that we'll see. I wish they were mine, but it is what it is. I think I know the designer. I think I know when they'll be available. I could be wrong, but no. Kudos to them for getting those out. I know in private conversations and everything else, those were asked for several times. So those are good additions to what's available out there in the community. Unfortunately, I did see someone start to kind of maybe just point out, and I'll go with that. They pointed out that on one of the trucks, I can't remember which one it was, that the back window was wrong. That's not Global's fault. It's not the designer's fault. It's how the designer designed the kit. It is what it is. If you want perfection, do it yourself. Nothing bothers me more. It doesn't even have to be my stuff. It's when I see this stuff for someone else that's doing great things for the community that all of a sudden you're going to complain. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. Man, it's resin. Fix it. I can't go in and manipulate the file. But if believe this one again was the back window, it's resin. Cut it out. Fix it. We're modelers. That's what we do. You want something perfect that's just going to fall together, man? I don't even think you can buy an AMT or Revell kit. Well, maybe Revell. Man, you can't buy an AMT kit that's just going to fall together. So, you take it how it is. I don't like to see comments like that. I get them all the time. It's just if the scale or something's wrong, I completely understand. That's something that we can do, we can fix, we create, and can change. But if it's with the design, I think one of those other pictures there's one of the trucks had a turn signal on the fender, and part of the bottom ring of the turn signal is in the fender. We don't have control of that. That's how it's designed. That's what we get. If you don't like it, saw it off, sand it smooth, and make one. That's all you have to do. My computer went blank, so I don't know if that's going to mess anything up. I don't know if you heard me or not, but so it's things like that. That's kind of driving me nuts. We're out here trying to do some good things for the community, bringing stuff to that we didn't have, that we don't have, that and all of a sudden people are going to complain, point out things that are wrong. It is what it is, man. Anyway, done with that. But no, like again, kudos to Global for getting those out. Those were some sought after kits. I do know I am working on a couple things with a couple designers myself. Hopefully here soon we'll see some of those come out. I'm going to keep them quiet for now, but I hope everything works out well. Everybody will be, I think, will be all right with that. I did get a couple of the engines fixed. I already showed you the Cummins QSB, the Cummins ISL diesel is repaired. Pretty much just had to go in, and it's actually easier than I thought. You do when you do your slice, it'll show you the cavities. If you seal those cavities, that means there's trapped uncured resin inside, and that will actually crack the model part, and then the resin that's inside will come out. So you just have to go in and pinpoint your drain holes and make sure you put them in the right spot. So when you guys get these, once these go out on the market, there will be holes through the bottom. They go about halfway through to get that center cavity and make sure all that's drained. I will do that with the 340 and get it back out on the market. That'll take a little bit more because there's a lot of little things that needed fixed in that. It's not a huge issue, but it's just trying to get all that done and find all the holes. So we'll get that back out on the market. Super excited about those three. The C15, and I know you guys let me know that that's not a C15. Much appreciated. That's just what the designer put it out as. So I'm going to roll with that until somebody tells me exactly what it is, which I haven't seen yet. But that one there, the walls are so thin. I have reached back out to the designer. Looks like he's having some other issues with some more of his models. Looked like same thing. The walls just weren't thick enough. So hopefully we'll get that done back out. The 3406, I'm super happy with that. Guys are loving that. So just did those in 1/16 scale for a couple guys. Hopefully those they enjoy those. I love doing the 1/16 scale stuff. I have 4 or 5 myself that need built. And then having, all this extra stuff to be able to deal with. I actually have a junk one too that might be a twin steer C500 come up. That's just one of the reasons why I bought 2 of those bigger printers, just to take some of the burden off the other ones. Print room again been over at the house the last couple days. Meeting with the electricians, HVAC installers. We are actually going to install 4 20 amp circuits and plugs. They're within the house. The 2 new printers have heaters on them. I usually try and manage the temperature of the room, the climate of the room, without having to use a heater. None of the 11 that I run right now have heaters. So last count, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'll be up to 16 when I get over there and set up. So I will put half of those on the 20 amps, and then I'll put the other half over on the 15 amps. I also have a 1500 CFM hood being installed over the cleaning station. So that'll get done. Those are modifications that I needed to do here, but we rent this house. Didn't plan on moving. Just as the growth and the opportunities are coming up. I just feel it's something that we needed to do. My wife felt the same way. Even I think it was cool and damp, very humid here the last couple of days, breezy, and my little 14-inch fan, industrial fan in the window, everything was coming back into the room. I have the window sealed. The only thing open is that fan, and the smell was pretty deep. So hopefully with the vent, they actually have not going through the roof. We're going to go ahead and go through the wall, go out the wall into the back of the house. We'll have an industrial fan hooked into that as well, along with the hood fan. So we'll make sure and get all that stuff out of that room. Just again, I react to it probably a lot harsher than some because of a couple things. So you know, I'll still suit up and still do my mask, my glove, my apron, all that good stuff, but feel a little bit safer about the fumes in the house and everything else. The big fan in the windows really helped out a lot, so can't complain there. But like I said, the damp, humid days, it kind of gets thick. So all that's being done. The movers will be here the 7th to get us out of here. So trying to get all that done before then. The racks were delivered over yesterday. I have silicone mats and all that good stuff coming here in the next couple of days. Still keeping all my resin orders coming. That's a good thing. Got to try and get stocked up on that because if everything goes as planned, I'll be a little busier than normal. I don't want to, but I'm going to throw 3 of my backup Elegoo printers. I have 2 3s and a 3 Ultra that are my backups. They're gonna go into the mix for everyday stuff. It's just crazy that I have a Saturn S running glass every day, and it outperforms the Saturn 3 and 3 Ultra that I have as backups. Like I said, there's some issues there, but with everything that's going to happen, I'm going to need some more printers. So we'll get it figured out. They ran fairly decent there toward the end before I bought the last 2 before the big ones, the last 2 Anycubics. That's what I put those in as backups. So, and then I have one that's just a printer from hell, if I can say. That is actually going to get tore down, and I'm going to use it to rebuild my original 3 Saturn 3. That was the workhorse. I've had it for probably 2.5 years, 2.5 years, and it's there was nothing wrong with that. Never had an issue with it. Never had an issue leveling it like I do these others. These others will stay leveled for 2 runs, and then they'll go to hell. So they'll print. I'll set them up the same way, and 2 of them, the 2 3s, be set up the same way. I'll get super thick supports out of one, super thin supports out of another. So I'll get all that figured out. I just don't like them. I really don't. We all know that the printer reacts to what the print E puts in it. So I think I need to sharpen my game up on those. But these Anycubic Photon Mono M7s print freaking wonderfully. I've had to relevel a couple now. It's a piece of cake. They run great. If they can't get level, it won't run. It'll tell you leveling it, unable to level, will not proceed, ignore, or cancel the print. Cancel the print, go back, go in and relevel. So super great printers. Again, now these other ones, I bought all my other Anycubic Mono M7s at $289 or $299. I can't find them on sale anywhere. The cheapest that I can see those now are $389. But I didn't want any of those. I needed the two big ones. So with the Photon M7 Maxes, that'll give me a chance. I've already reached out to a couple guys that wanted 1/16 and let them know that, it's coming when we get back up and running. Um, Models, I packed everything yesterday. I know I said last video that I don't do any of the packing. Let me take a step back from that. I'm packing my model room. I'm packing the print room. Um, so maybe I was a little wrong, but I don't want anybody handling that stuff. As far as packing it, I am moving the print room myself. I'll throw those in the back of the Durango and get all that over there. Take me 4 or 5 trips maybe to get everything over, but I'll move all that. I don't want. They're good people. I don't want to say yahoos. I don't want those guys touching any of that or taking any of that responsibility for any of that. I'll do that, and if I break it, it's my fault. Then after the movers, the 7th, hopefully I can have everything set up that week. Get everything done. Hopefully I can get the print room set up before the 7th. If I approve this last quote, I'm waiting for one more quote from a guy. They're a week out, so it'd be closer to the week, the 25th, 23rd, that I can get anything electrical done. The hood can get put up whenever I can be set up and running, and then they can come put the hood in. But so hopefully by the end of the month, everything goes well. Hopefully by the end of the month, we'll be back up and running, and I can reopen the store. So I did get another round of paint on the 925 chassis and cab. Again, the chassis is a bright yellow. I took the tanks off. I didn't like the look of the tanks. I wanted something a little bit different. So I took those off, and I have a set of tanks from Nahul Customs that have the quilted ends on them. I'm going to paint those yellow, and then probably either paint the ends of those, the quilted ends, probably a purple or a brown leather, just for something different. So that'll be, again, get back up and running there on the bench. Super excited about the model room. That room is 16 by 15. So I'll be able to put up another workbench or so. I'll have the shelves for the print room, all the printed parts, for the spares. I'll be able to have those in there. I have a ton of parts that I am going to auction off here in the near future. Test prints that I have, like some of the Hayes clippers, and the Brockways, the cab overs. They have the turn signals out on the ends. Snap them off. If I do that, I print another cab for a customer instead of sending them broken parts. So I have a ton of those. I'm going to list. I have some test prints that are close to 125th. Some of them are 122nd. I'll document all that when I go to sell them. But I will. Just got too much of that kind of stuff. A bunch of 367 parts, 379 parts, 925, 900 parts that I'm just going to auction off. Also, a lot of early WIAs, the Volvo WIA 64s. I have some of that, some Autocar stuff. It'll all be listed. Need to get rid of it, make some room for some more stuff. Then another reason to have all the other printers running is that hopefully I can start to create stock, because I would love to start going to shows as a vendor, get some stuff out there. Been asked about it plenty of times, so hopefully we can get that going. Do want to attend a couple more shows, but we'll see how that goes. But for now, guys, if you need anything, holler, drop a line, say hey, whatever. If not, I will talk to you all next week.